good, guys? DominiqueEX back with another video, and today this video has taken such a long time to come up with stuff. Of course, it's gonna sound like a rant. It really is, and you guys are probably gonna think I'm crazy for some of the things I'm gonna say in this video. I mean, I'm gonna sound crazy for sure, but I really want you to know that I put in a lot of work on this video, and that's obviously reflected. I hit 400 subscribers recently. Thank you so much for that. I know I haven't been active in a couple weeks on the channel uploading, but I can guarantee you that will change with the new games coming up in the next couple months, like new seasons of the games. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a ton of fun on this channel, so make sure you're subscribed if you want to see that content. But let's get on to the video. Basically, this video, the things that I want in Pokemon Go, consists of two parts. Obviously, the things I want to happen, and the things that really need to happen for this game to regain its glory that has been going on the last couple of weeks. So first, I'm going to start with the things that need to happen. The first thing, most important thing, the rest of these, I can argue that maybe they don't need to happen. This one definitely needs to happen. Footsteps. You guys know what I'm talking about. First off, it was working great. Servers were pretty terrible, as always, but the footsteps were there. 1 footstep away, you're within 10 meters of the Pokemon. 2 footsteps within 100 meters. 3, you're within a kilometer. Then, game glitched out, too much server lag, and for the last couple weeks, 3 footsteps is the only thing that's been popping up. However, Niantic, which doesn't communicate with the players, like, you can check their Twitter, they don't respond to anything. They don't communicate with the community. They decided to fix the problem by removing it altogether. Now, hopefully this is a temporary fix, but what made this even worse was they took away Pokevision, which over the last couple of weeks is the only thing that's been able to be used to find Pokemon. Like 3 steps away? I don't know where anything is. That's why Pokevision helps. It tells you where the Pokemon are. Apparently it's cheating. I don't see it that way. The game was unplayable with 3 steps. Now it's unplayable with no Pokevision and no steps. Come on. Fix one of the things. Please. I mean, they took away my Pokevision. It's just very frustrating for me. Like, I don't want to rant, but it's getting to that point where they had something so big going, there's a community, everyone's playing the game, and they decide, you know what, we're going to take out the fundamental point of the game, to track Pokemon. No one needs to do that anymore. Just screw it. That's what they basically did. It's just awful. The next thing on the things that need to happen list is gym locking. While it's not as big of a problem as no footsteps, gym locking is still an issue. You're at any gym, you beat the gym, you work, I'm here taking on a level 6 gym, I whittle it down, I beat the gym, and I'm like, wow, I got something going, I'm proud of myself. I mean, that's an achievement. It is. I'm patting myself on the back right now. But then before I can put a Pokemon in to claim my stuff for the day, good job, Dominic. Someone from the same team, the same guy who owns the gym, puts something in. That's not even fair. I do all the work, and the guy comes in after losing to me and puts his stuff in. That's not fair. They need to work on that for sure. It's kind of frustrating. Of course, I've done it to some other people. It's part of the game, but I'm pretty sure the game would be better off if gym locking, the person who beats it, that's what I mean. The gym is locked until they put something down, or if 5 minutes go by and they decide not to do anything. That would be a fair system, in my opinion. The third thing that needs to happen in this game, and really, if they screwed this up too, the game is screwed, totally done. No, there's no coming back from this if they do not get even spacing into the game. What do I mean by even spacing? I mean putting out the new Pokemon in good amounts. So the next batch of Pokemon, the Generation 200 group, they'll put them out probably in a couple months. This is where I really hope they don't screw it up. If they put them all out and then a month later they're like, let's put out the next batch, and in 6 months the game's screwed because you haven't caught all the Pokemon. You're never gonna be able to keep up with that And plus everything's out. There's nothing to look forward to in the game. So if they screw it up, it's done for them. They have to put, I don't know, maybe a batch every couple months, or like, I'm sure most of you have seen this picture. I will put it up on the screen. It's the one that has like how Gen 2 will be implemented into the game. Like first, genders, second, breeding. Once you hatch an egg with a new Pokemon, then you'll be able to unlock the evolutions from Pokestops so you can get the items. Then you'll get the item plus your candy, you can evolve that. Once you get the evolution, then if you've seen 50 and seen 100, caught 50, you'll be able to unlock all the Pokemon from that generation. Something like that would be pretty good because it would reward people for actually putting in like time and effort into the game in order to see these next like more envied Pokemon, which would be better in my opinion, probably most people's opinions. Like if someone starts up the game and all of a sudden they get all the new Pokemon too, of course that could be fair because it'll probably be lower CP, but they could really like do something like that that's just going to keep the game's longevity intact, which is something like Clash of Clans has been able to do. It's been consistently at the top of the App Store for like 5 years because it knows its spacing and it's very smart about it. So that's something they really need to do. Next is the difference between rural and urban players. This needs to happen because the disparity between the urban players and the rural players is crazy. Urban players, Pokestops, like so many on every block. I've seen pictures. Of course, I don't live in like a big city, but I also don't live in like the country in the middle of nowhere. I can walk a mile and get my like sick little block of like 6 Pokestops, a couple gyms. It's good, but it's not as good as the urban people who are able to get so many Pokemon. And like if I'm in my neighborhood, there's no Pokemon there. You can't get anything there. It's just, that's it. And urban people are able to use Pokeballs willy-nilly, just fling them off. If there's no Pokestops by your house, you have to cling on to those items for dear life. No Pokemon pop up, but if one does, you can't be wasting all your Pokeballs because there's no Pokestops for you to get the stuff. You have, and I've seen people talk about it, the minimum spawn rate. That's good, but there needs to be a system that, of course, I could probably think of something, but Niantic hopefully can think of something better even though after their recent decisions with their update, haven't been able to really make good decisions, so maybe I need to come up with something. How about, I don't know, if 2 or more people playing the game are within like 10 kilometers of each other, a Pokemon spawns every 5 minutes. Or like a feature where if no Pokemon are spawning, you're in the middle of nowhere, there should be a thing where it's like, click to, I don't know, call for Pokemon or something, where there's a 5 to 10 minute maximum where a Pokemon will spawn within that time. That seems fair to all the people who don't have that chance. Of course, urban people, that's great that you're able to get all the Pokemon, but they have so much of a competitive advantage over people who don't have that opportunity that the game is almost not fun in that way. The final thing that needs to happen in Pokemon Go is making the legendaries important. This is another thing that they really cannot mess up. Legendary Pokemon, the most powerful Pokemon in the game. Don't give them out willy-nilly. Don't be like, enter this code in the game and everyone can get a free legendary Pokemon. You have to make a system so someone can earn it. Like, collect over 120 Pokemon in the Pokedex. Of course, I'm nowhere near that. Some people are, and that's great. That means they put in the work in the game. Make it hard to earn. Do like 120 Pokemon in the Pokedex, and I don't know, a certain amount of achievements, or like separate for each Pokemon, or like win a certain amount of gym battles for your team. Something like that to get your legendary bird. But at the same time, they've confirmed that the legendary birds will be associated with the teams, which they haven't clarified that, but if you can only get one of the legendary birds, you can't really finish the Pokédex, which kind of stinks, because that's kind of the point of the game, to catch them all. So, basically, just need to have a system so everyone can really work for the certain legendary birds and Mew and Mewtwo. It can't be like, oh, Mewtwo, for the next 2 weeks you can catch it at Times Square in New York. Of course, that's a terrible idea because most people don't have the means to travel there. So that would stink for like 99.8% of the world. That would really, really stink because they can't get it. It needs to be a system, and they can't screw this up. Like most of the other ones, they really can't screw this up. Make them important and put them in the game, because I want to catch them all, but I can't catch them all. So I'm going to stop the video right there. That was part 1. In part 2, I'm going to be talking about the things I want to happen in Pokemon Go. So make sure to smash the like button if you want to see that part. Also, make sure to subscribe. Help support my channel, and I will be making the best content I can. I did warn you that I would sound crazy in this video. I'm sure I did. You can leave down below the craziest thing I said in the video. We can have a good laugh about that. But that is all for today. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. This has been Dominic EX. Bye.